Hello fine people, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac. And in this case I think I will merely take a random once again. And this game has a funny tendency of picking the exact same character that we have highlighted for some strange reason. That does not matter to us one single bit, and that was one of the most stupid, retarded amounts of damage I have taken in a very long time. Now, Isaac is a very standard character at this particular point in the game, and he hasn't really got that much to offer. Just base health, base damage, base everything. All these units will change when you have unlocked certain things, but that is unfortunately not the case right here. So we'll be hoping for some pretty good items that can carry us through the rest of the game. Now, these particular enemies are not much concern of ours, and we will, well, tear them apart with much ease. This is not. So we got lifesteal again, which is, well, when you got nothing else, it's fine. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. Oh well. The Duke of Flies is a welcome addition to a first boss, since he is quite easy and there are loads of enemies that he spawns to kill, which could potentially mean that we can regain a little bit of health when we lose some to these stupid flies. I really see that the creators, and especially the art creators of this game, Edmund Macmillan and all those other dudes, have been slightly inspired by, for example, the P.H. Lovecraft series and just theology in general. Because holy damn, some of these monsters are morbid as fuck. And not that the flies are anything in particular, but just in general. Sweet Jesus. We got no deal with the devil, which is fine. I ain't playing. So we will go quickly to the curse room. We have nothing really to go to the chest. The mark. That is fantastic. Holy, I did not even know you could get such in a curse room, so I have been proven wrong. As you can obviously see, you could actually deal with the devil items in such a place. I am astounded by that fact. I do not know how to react to such splendid news. This is something we will certainly participate in, with the chance of getting some from the poos. But the chance is quite small, and we got nothing. So that was merely a waste of time, which we will not indulge ourselves in. We got too many opportunities to use keys, but not many keys in general, which is kind of a lost case. And the Hierophant, we will hold on to it at least after the curse room, if there is one on this floor. We have got enough hearts and stuff to carry us through the rest of this place. So that is very good, very good. Now, I do not like it when all of these suckers get drawn in by this fire. I'm hoping to extinguish as much as possible. Oh, Jesus. You got so much health. I wish there was a mod where you could see the enemies' health and how much damage you actually inflict on them. There probably is, and I'm just ignorant for saying this in general. But I really do not know of, well, anything that provides that yet. I think, well, alright. I'll go damage the boss first. See what we'll get out of it. Monstro. That should prove quite quick and peerless effort. Effortless is what I meant to say, I suppose. I mean, our damage has been gradually strengthened by that excellent the mark. But of course that is never enough to carry us through the rest of these times. And lifesteal has not proven useful at any point yet. Mostly because we didn't actually have the needs to get more hearts, and then again, yeah, I just really didn't care too much for it, as you might have noticed. That was excellent, and we got to deal with devil and a dime. a freaking dime. That almost makes it worth to go into the shop. But not enough. And I think we will take Book of Belial. Just since it's so good. Yes, I will. I think it's worth it. We cannot get a deal with the angel at this point, but that does not matter in the slightest. Let us have a looky. I think we'll go directly to the item room at first, because the shop is not worth it yet. Don't have enough money to compensate for that fact. Unless there's a discount, but there never is when you know Steam well. Deck of cards. This is where I got the devil, so I will use the Hierophant, grab those, and get the devil. I don't think I'll go through the trouble of, yeah, that other, the torture room or whatever you prefer to call it. So I will just leave this room in blind satisfaction, knowing not that I could get more items that would satisfy my curiosity. Let us move on, shall we? Move out of the way, cursor. I do not need you in my life at this mere point. Very glad we had to go to this incredible maze to acquire a key, which we could use at the very same floor and get PhD, which means pills all the way. Give me some fucking hell. I am down with our medical system now. I am totally fine with anything that can spew in our general direction, or in my general direction. So come on. Lifesteal, first time in a long while that it proved itself useful, and I did not even need it. So fucking hell, man. Basically. Well, I hope that we could get some keys as previously stated. Especially now that these globins are so hard to finish off. That's better. Oh, Jesus. That could have been avoided. Was I not so careless? I really thought I could finish it off. We'll see. We'll see. If there is a bit of opportunity on this floor, I will grab it. But generally, the tick is, you know, it is fine. I mean, provided you just have pretty, well, hard bosses in a sense, because you need them to have loads of health. Yeah, Penny, that was just what I needed. Exactly, game. You know my thoughts and feelings so well. I can always see the hearts regenerating, but nothing happens. That is the most tedious part, in my opinion. Nothing actually happens. So why even bother in the first place? I'm glad that these guys do not actually, like, face my direction, so I can just happily move on without again. Oh, okay, another key. Great. Don't think that was a golden chest, but we could potentially go to the item room. I don't think it's worth it, so we will not. I think what is worth it is taking the tick now and just be done with it. Say fuck all other trinkets. If we can get Mom's purse, that will be excellent. We might not. Let us just see. Yes. Throw. Okay, that was. I'm quite content we did that, because Gertie is not the most, the easiest thing you could imagine having in your general direction this fine Sunday morning. So yeah, I think the devil grants us another free Book of Belial charge, which we don't really need in this current situation. Oh goodness, stop spawning all these grandma flies. I am so done with your choices of methods, Gertie. Not that Gertie is particularly hard compared to Gertie Jr., who is the shit in the hardness factor. This is range up. Once again, Mom's items has so many range up. I mean, her fucking everything is a range up, is what I'm trying to say. This is not, or maybe it is. Maybe it actually is, just for laughs. I will try and get a chest or something out of that. Let us see what we have up here, which could prove useful. If I want to spend a bomb, I would do that. Let's... we get something out of it very fast. I might be content. No, we don't. Just... I'll just lay it off, you know. No need to do anything wild and to put myself in a dangerous position like I always tend to do. Let's take these hearts and move the fuck on, like a true Nord would do in any situation. So far we have been granted the easiest or the easier forms of the drawers, which I am quite glad we got. So you will hear no more complaints from me on that department. Maybe you will in a slight moment. And I got that lifesteal on the exact part that I didn't need it at all. So thanks for that, dear game. Thanks for that chance in general. Didn't lead that fact in my favor. Let us see what we can get out of this room. It should be proven. Okay, they can shoot each other down. That is totally worth it in my opinion. That is nothing to get mad at and show teeth at in any way. This is awesome. This means we can go to the shop, and I think I'll go to the shop directly. This is the first shop we have visited, which is slightly disappointing, but you can always get what it's a greed. It's a fucking... so greed has more than 60 HP, I see. Interesting. Quiet. The interesting fact we got on our hands here, boys. Tick actually proved itself useful. Holy, what just happened? That was not particularly nice in that regard. But oh well. We haven't exactly proven ourselves to be the nicest ones either. Another key is deserved upon this treacherous behavior from greed. I'm quite content we got that in general. So let's move very horizontal and vertically to avoid any implications with this sort of enemy that we might not need and or like. Now this enemy is the complete opposite almost, and just so much more annoying, because you can, unless you strafe like this and use pro strats, you can't really shoot diagonally, so yeah, really step up your game. One of the few rooms where our range up, was actually quite useful in general. I've heard the thing about that if you stand completely still, these guys will not charge you, but I think that is not true, or maybe I've just messed it up too many times to actually prove if it is true or false. Well, thank you for delivering that to me now, and chocolate milk. Just for the heck of it, let's do this. I know we have to tab it quickly, but it doesn't really matter. My fingers are itchy to tap things quickly, if you know what I'm saying. That was unnecessary damage once again. Master of unnecessary damage, it is me, it is me. Nobody else has that favor in their hands. Alright. These chunks of meat will hopefully go down soon, and might be able to snack something good out of it. Glad for that thing to actually work all of a sudden. Upon all these times where it didn't work at all. No idea what you're doing, you're just spazzing out over in there in your corner, which is just what I need from you, my dear pal. I did not focus the shots there correctly, so I might have bummed myself out there a bit, but it doesn't really matter. We have enough health to carry us through every rough spot in the game. I know that. I can feel that. So I'm quite content with that, basically. Peep, you is going down, my dear friend. We will, of course, use this item because it was too damn of a moron not to use it the last... Oh, thank goodness. once his eyes start peeping out. Oh, that's why his name is Peep, isn't it? And also because of the P he leaves down. Huh? Wow, what a fascinating choice of names there, dear good idiot. I always tend to move up in his shot. That is quite the awful procedure I've got there in my hands. I might just risk time if I'm not too careful and too careless. Excellent. And we actually got to deal with the devil. That is quite surprising. Now flight is something I'm very... Yes, okay. We will do it. We will still keep the rest of our hearts since I feel more secure knowing that there is many more chances to grant our red hearts. Also since we have lifesteal. So I will not like spend all my red hearts, which is actually just 2 because we already spent 1 heart, just gaining the item in the process. I will do this and be a complete moron because it's not true. And it... Whoa. Damn. Okay, that was totally worth it. Very pleased that we did that now. Nobody can say me anything otherwise. So let's move on. Happy and content with the facts that we were given. Nobody to prove us wrong in any regard. Almost. Well, almost not. And our chairs are not brownish anymore, which is quite, well, disappointing to me in that particular fact, because I want them to be brownish. It is a very nice color in general. Yes, just because I am stupid and well, peerless like this, reckless, what I meant to say. Oh yes, we only have to use 1, and it was that, which was goddamn awful. We'll just move on now, wouldn't we? It's best to move on in life when you can see everything in the distance getting dim. The lights slowly fading away. And you feel that nothing is at your side. Know full well, friend. The spirit of the night always will be. That was my words of wisdom today. Hope you will forget those very soon, because they were not worth a single penny, I'm afraid. You would not learn much from my words of wisdom. I mean, I hope you will, but I'm just afraid that's not the way it's going to be. So yes, please go die in a hole, and we will know. I'll not speak to you anymore. I've always wondered why the poop is so... Well, you can't really hear it when you have spectral tears, which is something I have debated for a little while now. And I think it's because... What do I think? I think something and then it just drops out of my mind. Yes, I think that it's because of the spectral tears penetrating through solid objects. Then it, well, detects the poos and the fireplaces, you know, as solid objects. So that means that you can only use it for that fact. Which is quite sad. Then again, most things in this life is sad. Maybe this is a good pill. Excellent pill. Could be better. Could be much worse. Even with PhD, I believe. I'm not quite sure if it's Lucky Foot that only grants good pills, or PhD, or Lucky Foot both grants good pills and neutral pills, which can be like bad gas coming out of your stomach and your general digestive system, which is apparently a bad thing in this game. I'm not one for arguing that particular fact. Great. This is just in the position that I want them to be when they can hurt themselves on the spikes like that. I'm not one for arguing with their, well, with that choice of theirs to do that. We'll definitely go in here and crack this guy, which is not something I've been looking forward to all day. So we'll leave it where it just was, full well knowing that we cannot re-roll it at any time soon. It is a shame, but so many things in life is a shame when you think about it. So it is not something that I am, well, regretting at this certain point in life, my dear friend. It is merely a choice of nature to have granted us the items and the things that we have been granted, and I'm not one to argue with the choices that God makes in his free time. It is his will alone to grant me my items as they are, and nothing should prevent or strengthen that fact and the things that he will give me. Because that would be human intervention, and we have already done enough of that in our lifetime. You are teasing me, game. I hope you realize that. And that was... I don't even know if it was worth it or not. I guess I'm just... well, deceiving myself at this point. Friends till the end. Alright, balls of steel. Brilliant. I will of course use it right here. So we got 1.5 spirit on top of that, and some blue fries, which will prove useful for just about 3 milliseconds, which is approximately the time that it takes for me to think of my homework in general and do my homework when it comes to it. That sounded quite wrong in every single context. I will not pick up that, because it is not something I've been looking forward to pick up. And, well, mostly because I can't pick it up, because we have too many hearts, which has proven to be a good thing. And I'm quite grateful that we didn't use Guppy's Paw to, well, to turn all our normal hearts into spirit hearts. Oh, Jesus. This is what happens when you have spectral tears. Your whole life gets fucked over. Let me tell you that. Just for once, I am hoping that we can get more than 50 coins to unlock Kane, which is an excellent character. And I think I am going to go directly to the boss, because we have gotten almost everything out of this place. I don't know if 2 Book of Belials can stack, and I'm not really willing to try out. This guy is a fast one, isn't it? Yes. But if we can get him stuck in this motion, we will. And this is a very, very good fact that we have gotten on our hands here. I sincerely hope that this is a champion version, or else my eyes are not deceiving me in the tints of the red color scheme in general. Because, well, it does seem quite reddish for me. Maybe slightly sepia. You know, those hipster filters people can apply to their photos when they try to look very, stylistic. Pentagram, good item. Not to argue that fact. Could be better, but then again, we could potentially need more deals with the devil. So that is nice. Very nice. We'll just dig out the rest of this floor and see if there's anything else to unlock from it. You could say, I'm sorry if you can hear the noise of me tapping my keyboard in quick successions. There is unfortunately not much to do once you have acquired the chocolate milk, and you just have to live with that fact for the rest of your days. Not something we can pick up, not something we're particularly interested in. I guess, I don't really know what Isaac's fork does, but I think it's more hearts at the end of a room, I think. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, red hearts, of course, in this case. The quality of hearts has always been debated. Whether it's... well, in most cases, in the first time you view this game, you might think that red hearts has the highest quality of hearts in general. But this is quite a common deception, which could prove not particularly true in general. So yeah, that might be far from true when you actually think about it. And that spirit hearts, and particularly eternal hearts, the white hearts, have a very higher, well, quality in a sense. So that is something that is worth mentioning in this particular context. These guys should be finished very soon, and we can quite move on with our conditions. Guess we all have a role to fill out in society, and these roles is to patrol randomly, controlled by some strictly forbid AI, which is trying its best to inflict damage on me, which I respect. But then again, I don't respect because it's actually trying its hardest to get the better of me. Not something I looked forward to when I wake up in the morning. Yes, very good AI. You do not please me in that regard. Just good pill. Pumps a key. I'll take it. I will... I guess I'll take it. And we'll see what is in the shop just because we can. We have been granted so many keys because of the bomb keys transversation. So let us see what... okay. I'm not interested in any of this. We will just strictly move on. Get on in life as life gets on in you. Whatever that sexual innuendo is supposed to mean in any regard. I do not take any responsibility for any nonsense that I say and any life issues that you will take into account. I really hope that you don't use any of the, well, like implicit advice that I might give you on the course of these videos, because you would have a very bad time in real life spending it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You wouldn't want to accidentally meet a lion on a street at random points and just grant it a cup of espresso and have a good chat with it, just because I'm telling you to do it. I mean, you should. It is commonly regarded as a pleasant thing to do in the streets of Ethiopia, where most people regard lions as a holy thing. Or maybe they don't. And I'm just telling you things because I can. I have the power and the will to tell you things that might not be entirely true, and I saw that coming miles away. Oh, you son of a gun! I'm really needing my money, so you should not use it for all these deceiving needs that you so highly regard yourself. We got Cain. We got him. I am very pleased with that fact, and nothing can beat me to it. And the lucky food, of course. Excellent item. So I guess we know what our next run will be consisting of, especially in this particular context. I believe in the biblical sense, Cain was the one who, well, betrayed Abel, his own brother, and killed him because of jealousy. One of the 7 sins, which is, I think, not actually portrayed in this particular game, which is, in a sense, quite sad, and this is starting to look quite risky because, thank goodness that it blew up. I was starting to get mighty worried just there. Not... oh goodness. That was quite close. Too close for my conformist taste. Just take care of this room before anything happens, so apologize for any awkward silence that might befall upon me. Even when I'm saying all these things. Fly love? Do they... oh. Okay. That is... yes, nasty in every regard, but I'm not one for complaining about these things now, am I? Okay. Guess I saw that coming, but you never know. I don't know what the chance is to get a deal with devil item. It should be pretty low. I'm never even using the devil. Why am I carrying it around? The sun is much better, especially when we have low amounts of health, which it is a god's end in every regard. Come on, get down and get funky! Yes! Great! I will blow you to smithereens, my dear choppy fella. You will not stand one chance to get a redemption in your maggoty life. I'm hoping that... yes, come on, yes, finally. Oh, and they grow inside. That is an excellent item. I think it is an item that when you get to the guppy aspect of life, you will get it automatically. That and flying. But we do not need the power of flight, as it is most unconventional for us and very unnecessary in too many regards. So just disconcern that fact. Yes, of course, we have too many monies not to pass, well, not to do this. The 9 volts, I guess I'll take it, and then I'll certainly use the Book of Belial much more than I already am, which is actually not very much now I think about it. Almost tempted to use in this room just for the heck of it. Just because I can. That is reason enough in my particular case. Just because you can use something. But that was strict against one of the 7 sins, which is gluttony or lust. Just because you can. Which is actually a mix between the both, I would personally say. I was quite stupid for not finishing off the rest of this room, and I don't know if I regret it. Maybe I should regret it. Maybe I shouldn't. We will potentially use this. The sun card, yeah, I think it's rough. And I did. And she died. And everyone was happy. Nobody shed a single tear. No, I'm quite content with that fact that nobody is shedding tears over their mom getting brutally murdered at their own hands. Not something that I would indulge in at any given point of time, because I quite care for my mom, and I hope that she realizes that. Maybe she's able to hear my very voice that I'm speaking right now. That would be most appropriate indeed. Free credits. Free lovable credits in your own house as you record is always good. I mean, why are you passionate in the first place when you record and say stuff like this? Because you're actually polite? No, of course not. Because you can say all kinds of bullshit on the internet, and nobody will have the slightest misconception that you are actually speaking a dreadful lie. And holy shit, I am maybe quite pleased that these guys are able to shoot because they stop their tracks and do all of this. But I am also worried that we might die. But yes, exactly. I'm guessing this was worth it. Chocolate milk. This is what chocolate milk does to ya. You can never trust it in any sense, and you always quite forget to tap it fast enough. So it leaves you in sore spots like these. Maybe I just am a sore spot in general, and I have not been granted enough love as a child. That did not make any sense in the context that I was speaking of, but disconcern that, please. We need health. Loads of health. That's what I'm trying to say. This might be a health up. Was a speed up. Could prove itself useful at some times, and I will... Yes. You know what? When life gives you lemons, fucking gamble the fuck out of those lemons and get full health, for example. Something I'm very pleased that we got. We might be able to get even more and better stuff. Better loot. Just better things in general is what I'm trying to come out with here. Of course, if you will skip this entire section, I might provide a link which will let you do that particular fact in life, my friend. If I don't have the memory of a goldfish and forget it in merely 2 nanoseconds, which could potentially be something that is true, but if that's not the case, disregard this whole conversation I'm having with you right now. It's not a conversation, is it? It's a monologue. I am merely speaking with myself, my own poor self, trying to disregard the fact that I have nobody to care for me, and nothing in general that goes in my direction. Now, what is? That was definitely not the right way to get out of this particular section. Oh, I'm hating this place, and these rooms are not nice, especially not with those meaty chunks of flesh roaming about the entire space, trying to get the better of you. We'll pick up this hard for show, and hopefully go in the right direction this time, which could be to the right And so it was. This is absolutely atrocious. Yes. There you have it. Do not even know what that is supposed to represent, and I am not trying to make a graphical explanation of it. Thank you for watching, and have a pleasant flight back to your own safe abode.